In this presentation, I'm going to walk you through the steps necessary to create your own symbol file for the end-of-day version of MetaStock. There's two different ways to create a symbol file for MetaStock. You can actually type in the symbols one at a time, or if you have a source of symbols, I'll show you how to actually get that into a format that MetaStock can read. A popular symbol list right now is provided by Barrons. They have an index called the Barrons 400. And those are the symbols that we're going to import into the MetaStock program, and let me show you how to do it. To get started, just open up an internet browser, and in the address type www.barrons.com. This will open up the Barrons website, and the area that we're looking for is Tools and Research. And the item at the bottom of this is the Barrons 400. This will then open up another page here, which you'll need to actually scroll down here a little bit. There we go. And the link we're looking for is this one right here. Click here for the Barrons 400 components. This will then open up all the securities inside of this index. You need to scroll all the way down to the bottom of this list. And at the bottom it says download options, and the one that we need to export this data out to is an Excel spreadsheet. So click on the Excel link right here, click on open and allow it, and this will open up your Excel spreadsheet. Now you'll see that there's a symbol and a company name. These are headings that we actually don't need, so to remove it I'm going to click on one and highlight that entire row. Click on Edit, then Delete, and that'll remove that row. And the other thing I need to do is I actually need to change the arrangement of this data. In order for MetaStock to read a symbol file, the format has to be the company name followed by the symbol, and then an optional field is the actual exchange. So to actually get the company name before the symbol, I'm going to click on the A column and insert a column by clicking on Insert Column, and that'll insert a blank column here for us. And now what I need to do is I need to drag this column C over to A. To do that, just highlight the C column, move your pointer down until you get a little four-headed arrow like that, hold down your left mouse button and drag it over to the left hand side. So now what we've got is we've actually have got the company name followed by the symbol. So that's the format that we needed in. And again, if you have the exchange, you can actually put the exchange in the third column, but again, it's not required. So now what we need to do is we actually need to save this out to what's called a CSV file. To do that, you click on File, Save As, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it to my desktop so I can find it quickly. Make sure you have the desktop icon selected, and down here at the bottom, the Save as Type, click on the down arrow and choose a format. As you scroll down here, you're looking for a format called CSV, delimited. Highlight that one and click on Save. And you'll get prompted, do you want to keep the workbook in this format? And I'll say yes. So now we can actually close down this spreadsheet by clicking on the red X up here in the upper right hand corner. And it'll ask if you want to save the changes, and since I've already saved them I don't need to click on yes. I'll just click on no, and now I'll just close these other windows as well. So I'll click on the X there and then close this one. Alright, so now you actually have a file on your desktop that is labeled B400 and then a number in parentheses. So to open it up, all you do is just double click on it, and this will open it up. In my case, I actually opened it up in a WordPad, and you'll see that the company name is followed by a comma and then the symbol. So the next thing I need to do is I now need to save this file as a SIM file. So to do that, click on File, Save As, and what I'm going to do is at the end of the link here, and make sure that it gets saved to my desktop so I can again find it fast, I'm going to give it a new name, and I'm going to call it the Barrons 400 period SYM, and that's important. That's what you need to have at the end of the file name in order for MetaStock to be able to recognize it and work with it. Click on Save, and then close this document by again clicking on that X button. Now what we need to do is we need to get that symbol file inside the MetaStock program, and more specifically inside the downloader program so MetaStock can read it. So to do that, we need to open up your directory of where MetaStock is actually stored. A fast way to do it is right down at the bottom here. If you right click on your start menu, you can choose Explore, and this will open up the dialog in here where you can find your different files. And I'll scroll up here, and I'm going to click on my C drive, and then here I'll click under Program Files, and then you should have a file here called Equus. And if you actually followed all the defaults when installing your program, yours should be under the same place. So again, this is C, Program Files, and then Equus. Now, the other file that you're going to look at or look for when you actually open this up is the downloader folder. So double click on that, and these are all the different files inside the downloader. So to get this symbol file now inside of here, all you have to do is just drag it over into this window, click on Continue, and that file will literally be copied right into that particular spot. So now we've actually got the Barrons 400, and as you can see, it's a SIM file. And this is the type of file that we need in order for MetaStock to recognize it. So we'll go ahead and now close this dialog by clicking on this X button. And now we'll just open up MetaStock like we normally do. And when MetaStock actually opens up, this data file is actually now going to be listed inside with the other directories. So to see that, I'll click on Close to the Welcome Messages, click on this Open Folder button. Make sure that you've got the Reuters Data Links button selected right down here. And if you do, you should have a file now listed here as barrons400.sym. So I'll double click on that, and there's all of our different securities. So to open one up, you can just double click on it. That'll open up Alcoa, and then to scroll to your next security in the list, you've got a little left and right arrow button right down here in the lower right hand corner, and by clicking on that right arrow, you'll be able to scroll through your different securities inside this list. So with that being said, I hope this helps you, and if you have any questions whatsoever, make sure and please contact me. Thank you.